Welcome to Fentor. This is a brand new today, R1300 GSA ASA meaning the auto version, triple black with pretty much every extra you can get. Not every extra, most of them. And I've been very kindly loaned this as the first person to try the bike from Sycamore. So thanks to Sycamore. Anyway, let's get riding and to see how I get on this beautiful machine. Brand new, only done 6 miles just to check it round the block by the guys here. R1300 GSA with the ASA auto box. This is a low chassis one, so quite low to the ground. Ideal for those who aren't quite as tall as me and Ian the sales guy. It's looking good. And over there is a brand new 1300 GSA with the cheeks. Look at those. Just as I've arrived, there's a brand new 1300 GSA with these little packs. Look at those. They are very nice. What do we call those, Ian?
I think they're cheek bags. I would call them cheek bags. Yes, cheek bags. Cheeky little
nice.
Cheek bags.
That is nice.
And you've got the nice optional
And the tank bag.
tank bag as
Yeah,
well.
that's
Really
cool.
spacious.
That is nice. That is looking good, isn't it? I think though I prefer the triple black look. Difficult though, because these bikes are awesome. No, let's get riding. No clutch, of course. You pull the front brake, push down on the gear lever, and then you're good to go. Off it goes with no clutch. Now it's automatically, not automatic. It's automatic in manual mode. The screen's automatically gone up. This is a tall screen. I'm going to put it in auto or drive. It's going to change for me just while I go through the town, or the edge of town here at Peterborough. This is nice. We're sitting here. This has got the auto up and down suspension. So you see it says A, so means it's pointing downwards just there, the lower position. As I ride off, it will raise back up. Got very bent knees because of the low chassis and all that stuff, and the suspension dropping. But today isn't going to be about cranking it or pushing it hard for 2 reasons. One is I've already done that on the 1300 GSA I rode a few weeks ago, and if you want to watch how that goes into corners and how that absolutely is awesome, this bike I should say, in performance way, where you can ride it, watch that video above, up here, sorry, yeah. This is going to be more about the auto, how I get on with the auto, because I know absolutely the case for me, the GSA 1300 is outstanding with the micro gearbox. The extra, whatever it costs, £700 extra, is the ASA, the automated version of it, worth the upgrade? Is it going to be, it's new technology, it's going to be reliable? That's the question. It'd be lovely on a long distance journey, 2 up with all the baggage and heavy luggage. How's it going to be in slow speed manoeuvres compared to you being in control of the clutch? It's fine doing this, pulling away from traffic lights and everything. What about those slower speeds, narrow roads? So that's what I'm going to try and get to grips with today. It's going to have to be a beautiful day. Trying to refrain from changing down myself. Yeah, it's not as smooth as, say, a automatic gearbox in a car when you've got the old torque converter. It has got a slightly manual punch to it, and it is actually standard gearbox. It has actually got a clutch. It just, instead of your hand operating the clutch, a computer does, with some sort of actuator. The gears are changed. You think with your foot, but they're not changed by some sort of computer. Your foot is being fooled into thinking it's changing gear when using it manually. The actual gear lever itself is electronically attached, so it's just some wires. Good idea, right? Does it feel right? Let's go into manual, find it. Manual control. Click right, nice. Yeah, it's got a nice stopper. It doesn't feel detached. And the gear changes in manual. That is very, very smooth. I think for that alone, I mean the standard manual gearbox is very, very good. It really does corner beautifully, even though I'm not pushing it with brand new tyres on a cold day. This is quite a bumpy road. Suspension, I would say, on this low chassis one, maybe feels a little bit firmer, but still soaking up the box really well. Let's try it in dynamic. Let's see if that changes the auto. We'll go back to auto. So back in drive, in dynamic. Is that going to respond to going down the gears for this corner? Yeah. That's nice. Clicked twice. That's good. That's good. And it went up again quite quickly after. I wouldn't have changed that manually at that point. But there, you know, it's not going to do exactly what you do. Everyone rides differently, changes gear at different times. I think really if you're going to be pushing on one of these, put it in manual and ride like you would normally. Manual bike. Much better way of doing it. But if you're not in a hurry, just maybe riding briskly at most, enjoying the countryside, then the dry version is great. Yeah, it's changing down a little bit earlier in the dynamic setting, definitely. Whether you can adjust those in some menu somewhere, I have no idea. There's no doubt the turn-in on this is quicker than my R1250 GS on GSA. So my GS turns in fine. This has got a quicker turn-in. The normal chassis one I rode, much quicker turn-in. Very much gave me the confidence to dive into corners. It turned quite hard. More than such a big beast should do, but when you run it like I'm sitting here, I'm looking where I'm going, it doesn't feel bulky at all. It looks bulky, but it is quite a heavy machine. I think about 270 kilograms, which is quite a lot, I guess, compared to some bikes. But really, does it feel it? Nope. What am I doing in this little quiet dead-end village? Well, like on some of my videos, I'm actually going to park the bike so we can look around it, but also I'll do the intro here. The intro you've already seen. It just makes sense. But also it gives me a chance to try out slow speed stuff. So you can imagine being on the hard not pass in the Lake District. There's quite a steep bit there. How's that doing? It's not bad. Would I prefer a clutch? You know, a human operated clutch. Right, we're going to have to do a little bit of a turn around here. It's dropped into first gear. Yeah, that's okay. I want to roll it backwards. Yeah, it's letting me do that. That's not a problem. This is working quite well, I have to say. Let's park her up. And there we go. Very good. I think once you turn it off, it goes to like park. Yeah, so now it doesn't move. There goes the screen. Look at that. Definitely working better than the GS I tried. Definitely working better. Yeah. Look at that, brand new bike. They let me out on a brand new bike, the first person to properly ride it. Triple black, GSA with pretty much everything. Or most things. Most of the toys. Doesn't that look good? Low chassis. So even you people with shorter legs, this is going to be brilliant. It's nice and low. Too low for me, really, but for many people that's going to be perfect. So many options. Right, let's get a better camera out and have a proper look. So now you know. Cheating really, isn't it? Doing the intro halfway through a ride and I've already ridden it and I'm getting on well. But let's look at the outside of this bike a little bit today, because it is really, really, in my opinion, a bloody good looking machine. It's a bit Marmite, isn't it? A GS. It's a sort of, it's always got that look that's a bit challenging, but BMW seem to get it right. You know, from behind, whoa, it's wide, but when you're on it, it feels slim. As long as you don't look down at the tank, it feels light for its weight. It just defies logic and how this bike rides for its bulk. This is a low chassis one, so it looks quite low to the ground. But with the low seat, low chassis, anyone's going to be able to ride this. Anyone. Well, unless you're really, really short. It's just got so many bits that I like. There's no baggage on this. There's some lovely cheek pads on the bike back at base, as you saw. They look fantastic. Get the panniers on, the top box, those cheek bags. Ooh, this is going to be a mega tourer. So far I've been getting on really well with the auto box today, not last time. As you could see, the slow manoeuvres I did just now, it was okay. I'm going to do a few more of those once we've looked around. One of the things I want to show you is the gear lever, and it looks fairly normal, but it is electronic, not connected mechanically at all to the gearbox, and it feels fine to me. Others may not agree, but it feels fine. A bit less pressure to push it, where on my 1250 GS it needs quite a bit of pressure, fine, but it needs quite a bit of pressure to move that gear lever. It's beautiful. I think it's beautiful. You maybe don't. I like it. Let's look around the outside with some music.
Mr. Venture, always on the run. Roar of the BMW R 200 GS.
that. Press down. First gear, manual. Let's do drive. We're going to do some slow speed up here. Off we go. I'm going to try some with the rear brake, because if I'm doing slow speed with a normal clutch, I'll use the rear brake with my foot at the same time. So there's a sort of tight turn here. So I'm braking, turning, a little bit of throttle. Is that as controlled as I could do humanly? Close, maybe not quite as good as being fully in control with your own hand. That was fine. Of course, T-junction. And this isn't a busy road by any means. As you can see, it's pretty quiet. We're in first gear. I think it went down into first gear after a bit. It's pretty good. Cruise control's running. Set at 20 miles an hour. But it's actually keeping behind the cars in front. It's keeping in a suitable gear. I don't think it gets so slow and it'll give in. Still on cruise. Cruise control deactivated. So it seems to deactivate about 10 miles an hour. Not a big problem, as long as you know. Around town, this auto's nice, going steadily like this. Just gently braking there. Yeah, that's all good. Right, staying in the second gear there. It's changed into first as I've come to a stop. It tries to stay in second for quite a long time. Maybe just to keep it smooth, I guess. Cruise back on. Okay, with that car turning right. Will we hit the back of it if we don't brake? No, look at that. It slows down. I do like the radar control, but it's a thing that if you like that sort of thing, you do. If you never use it, if you don't use it in a car that's equipped, David never uses it, then what a waste of money that would be. But as far as I'm concerned, if you're on the motorway on a long trip and you're using it whilst cruising at speed, yeah, you should be observing, you shouldn't be relying on it. But if something does start to slow down, there is no delay. Immediately this is going to react. So it's a safety feature from my point of view that AS, whatever it is, cruise, the radar control cruise is well worth it. Right, let's do some proper riding. Very quick, as I said, because this is brand new tyres running in. Just going to see how it is on this lovely bit of road. Drive, but dynamic. It's nice. Gears a bit longer. So, a safe spot to slip by this. Well, if it wasn't being run in, yes. And if it was in manual, and not, yeah. What you can do is drop it down manually, so above there, into the gear I'm going to do this. See what? Hardly opening the throttle, hardly revving it, and it's flying. I know it's not my bike, but just redline it. I just have that sympathy when something's brand new, not to cane the arse off it. Just me. Certainly if it's my bike. I'll be following the instructions well. Lots of gear changes, twisty roads to get everything running. Lots of opening and closing the throttle, getting the revs up and down, not near the red line, not absolute full power. Certainly for the first few hundred miles anyway. So I'm really treating it as I would treat my own bike. It was mine brand new today. Riding wise, we'll go back to manual. I'm not going anywhere near as hard as I did in the manual gearbox one. But now I'm in the manual control. It's very, very nice. I'm going to do a little bit of a loop around here. See how I get on. See what traffic's coming first. Yeah, just holding the back brake, as you would. Just dropped into first gear. Yeah, there's no hill, is there? That's the problem. What would this be like in the Yorkshire Dales with, you know, really steep hills? How confident would you be, especially if you've got passenger and luggage and that sort of thing? I have to think about that. And one of the things I should have pointed out in the last video I did on the manual 1300 ASA is that these beasts are rev out. Compared to my 1250 GS, which I would suggest above about 7,000 revs, just makes more noise really. Doesn't really make a lot of sense going above 7,000. This, that's what of course, before even, if you're in that way inclined, it likes every part of the rev. It likes low down. It likes hitting top end. It's much sportier engine. Very easy, half throttle, 6,000 revs, not really giving it anything stressful to do. It's lovely. Just being wary of the new tyres. Well, it makes you feel great riding this bike. It makes you feel great. Well, listen to that. The downshifts are lovely. Careful around the new tyres. I say it time and time again in my videos, but you've got to ride one of these for yourself. All these YouTubers out there saying, oh, it's good or it's bad or whatever. You've got to ride it for yourself. I'm impressed, really, really impressed with the GSA 1300 here, the R12, whatever, R1300 GSA ASA. I'm impressed with everything on this bike. Well, I think the thing to think about, are you thinking about a GSA? Well, firstly, do you like the looks of it? Because to many people, this is ugly as sin. To me, I think it looks bloody good. I much prefer it. It's grown on me. The looks have grown and grown on me. The GS is more of a sort of lightweight boxer engine, sporty thing now. But this is your touring machine. If you have the means, the want, the care to have one of these rather expensive machines, then definitely come out and try one. Because there's a bike that does everything. I don't think there's ever been a better machine. The GS is always, for me, if I could only have one bike, GS was it. Now if I could only ever have one bike, I think it's this. The R1300 GSA. The bike that's doing so much, so well. It's just brilliant. Okay. This seems to stay in second gear coming up to junctions like this, and then it slips the clutch. So let's see, let's stay in second while I'm moving. Yeah, slipping the clutch in second. Still in second. Even now. Oh, it's gone to first. Of course, you can manually pop that down if you wish. Very, very nice. Very nice. Even at this sort of gentle pace. It's nice. But I'm going to do something different here. Nothing behind me. Down. It's going into first gear. What's it like if you give it a bit of, you know... That was good. Probably noticed the revs went up there quite... unlike a smooth cutaway where it's hardly doing anything. Did stick the clutch and rev it. Nicely. Let's try that again. That's right. Second gear down to first. Yep. Here we go. So really the slippage of the clutch does take into account throttle opening. So it's just getting used to, maybe, isn't it? Very clever technology. I think for these sort of in and out of corners, you really want it probably in manual. Am I a BMW fanboy? Yes and no. I like all motorbikes. This is good. Am I just doing it to get YouTube views? No. I like it. It's brilliant. Here's a question though. Would I trade my R1250 GS for this? Because this is probably going to be £25,000 or something. What's my GS worth? £11,000, £12,000. It's got a lot of extras on, even if without the extras on it, I should say. Not that they really add any value, do they? That's a lot of money, isn't it? 10, 15, probably £15,000 to swap to one of these. That's a lot of dough. A huge amount of money. For something that is brilliant and better in almost every respect. But that doesn't mean to say R1250 GS that I have is bad. It's not, it's just outstanding as well. What you have to remember when you're an old git like me is you don't know how long it is. You know what I mean? You don't know how long it is before longer ride longs. Could be many years, could be soon. Sometimes. And you can't take money with you. If you leave it behind, it's just going to get taxed. Spend the money. Anyway, my advice is don't buy one of these unless you're going to rack up the miles, because that's what it's for. Riding along. Get the miles on. Very, very good. Very good. Just weigh in. It's planted. Just standard road load. It's brilliant. In manual, it's perfect for a slightly twisty road. I'm not revving it, not straining it. We're going at a good old pace along this lovely road. And in comfort. Absolutely lovely. Right, this junction here, I know it's a quiet junction, it's a little bit covered in muck, but I'm going to try something. You put out steadily and then open it up. Does the clutch slip? So it's just revving a little bit there, and then suddenly did okay, didn't it? Just thinking, if you're pulling out suddenly, you think, oh, I need to move a bit quicker because there's something coming I didn't notice. You'd probably pull your clutch in, wouldn't you? Rev it a bit more. I don't know. What do you guys think, anyway? I'm impressed with the bike. Manual, auto, the R1300 GSA has to be the best all-round bike I've ever been on. Has to be. It does everything so well. But what do you guys think? Now, for overtaking, as I tried before on the standard GS Auto, if you drive at the moment, if you yank it open, it will drop down a gear and head off. So let's just do that. So, it's a bit of a job. Method should be, you know, what gear do you want to overtake? Choose that gear manually. That makes it smooth and lovely. And it just goes back to changing gear itself a little bit later. I think for long distance, this is just going to be awesome. And if I ever end up owning one, you know, what I'm going to want to do is ride it as far as possible. Just big journeys, big trips. This is just a thing. But please comment below. Please do leave some comments. Don't just watch it here. Please comment below. What do you think? The R1300 GSA ASA. Thanks very much for watching Fentour today. The triple black R1300 GSA ASA is a fantastic machine. If you've enjoyed today's video, please do give me a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again very soon.